This is the girls of Slick Talk, female bosses of Atlanta, and we are coming back for episode 3 here.
Hey. What's your girl, Miss Iverson?
And this is Hunny. And we are going to be talking about, and then, you know I'm going to edit all this. What are we talking about today?
What are we talking about?
Let's see here.
Can men and women be friends?
Woo! Ah. That's a good topic. Can men and women be friends? Yes, they can be friends. I think after being in a few Facebook groups, we're going to have to niche that one down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can men and women that were once together be friends? What's the face for? Yeah, she crunching on some chips. I guess that's one of those. My answer for it, I'm gonna have to say yes. Now, the boundaries, you gotta be a strong person. That's all I'm gonna say. You definitely have to know where they are and hold true to them. Ooh, no input yet. So let me guess. You about to write these dudes off. Like, dude.
I'll say yes if it was a healthy breakup.
Correct. Okay.
Sometimes situations are not worth revisiting.
Correct. I will give you that.
But there is people in my life who mean more to me than if I can't be in a relationship with them, I don't want to talk to them again.
Right.
Because they hold certain attributes, certain
qualities about
that
them
you don't want to.
You just don't want to write them off. It's like you were maybe a bad boyfriend, but you were still an amazing friend. Mm-hmm. And, you know, maybe we had mutual relationships outside of the relationship. You know, let's face it, you know, we're all about business. And I just feel like, I mean, unless the situation is going to cause me a whole bunch of extra stress or put my marriage at risk, other than that, I'm not going to let it interfere with my coins.
Right. So
that's just how I am, you know.
I feel
y'all, if y'all can see these facial expressions, we will be working on getting some video for y'all. Cause Lord,
I really feel like if you have a conversation with your significant other and you lay out why you're still friends with this person, or you introduce them at some point. Mm-hmm. I feel like that there should be nothing wrong with that if both parties do not have different motives.
I actually have a situation like that.
Mm-hmm.
Me and this person, I won't say his name, we've been friends for years. Mm-hmm. We used to mess around. When me and Brian had an off period there. Mm-hmm. But he's really is a good friend. I mean, he's not going to cross... It's odd, because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's actually scary, because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm just waiting on you to do something so I can be like, okay, good, I ain't gonna be no friends with you no more. But he won't cross those lines. He respects our relationship. Brian knows about him. But the only kicker with it that I have to say that maybe disturbs me a little bit is that his wife doesn't quite know the whole past. You see where I'm going? So that's the only part that kind of leaves me in the limbo.
Women sometimes cannot handle that.
And that's where I'm wondering. It's like, where is she coming from? Lord Jesus, she got props, y'all. You know, I think that's the only thing that has ever like bothered me with it. And it's not that she doesn't know about me. It's just I don't think she knows the context.
Right, and men will leave that out because they aren't brave enough because they know that woman might not let him converse with you any longer.
Right.
Because, you know, women, we territorial, we very jealous women.
Right.
Like, you know, and
but I don't want your man.
I
baby.
get it from that standpoint, but I feel like if I'm introduced, like if the person I'm with tells me that they're still friends with an ex, and he's able to introduce us, and I can see for myself,
right,
the
genuine friendship that's there,
the body language, all of that.
Yep.
You know, on
no,
first
you
meet,
will know, because
if he can do that, I'm okay with it. If you can't
Right.
do that, I have a problem with it.
Correct.
Because there's a reason why you don't want to get us together.
Correct.
You know, is it something she's gonna tell me? Is it something you don't want me to know about her? Like, if you can't introduce us, then you can't be friends. Like,
That's
like meeting new people during a relationship to me is, you gotta introduce them to your partner. Because why are you meeting new male friends or new female friends?
Oh no, now
if you don't have
let me make
a
sure.
motive.
She said new male friends. I gotta put a disclaimer out here. I'm not accepting new male friends.
Right.
I always have to put
like,
that because
why? It's
I
like
mean,
the bottom line is why. And if you cannot explain that, and if it's not about business,
you know why.
Right.
And it ain't $40, mofo.
Oh, come on. If it ain't about business, I don't even think y'all need to be even conversing. What if a guy comes up to you and says, "Hey, you look very beautiful. Like, you know, let me get you on." Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship. That should be the end of the conversation.
In the conversation.
You know, whether
now, if he then says something about business, then you already know he has it's not about business to him, because
and guys,
he would have led with that.
We don't want you to be approaching us acting like you want business either.
You would have. I feel like whatever you lead with, that's your intention.
Yep.
If you would have came at me like, "Yo, I see you doing hair. Like, yo,
let me do this.
Yo, I'll do this. I'm a photographer. I would love to do this and that."
It's like,
cool.
Okay, cool.
But if you lead with "you're very beautiful," like, you know, then I tell you the boundary. Oh, I have a man.
Like, and maybe it's me and just not accepting compliments sometimes.
When a man say that?
Yeah, because I just feel like, is that all that you see?
Of course, men are like very visionaries. Like, they are seeing themselves. Correct me if I'm wrong. Having sex with us. When they meet you, they are undressing you with their eyes. And that's just what it is.
Just had to shoot today and literally
because as a woman, I'm looking at, can I have kids with him? You know, can I walk down the aisle?
Yeah, it's like, what
that's what
I'm not.
I'm not looking at what you looking like. I'm trying to figure out if this is somebody, because at this point, I'm not dating or being with somebody just to be with them. That's over with. That was 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to be like, okay, do I see me walking down the aisle with this person, having a kid with this person? Like, if my dog don't like you? That's what I'm looking for.
What kind of, goals does this person have for themselves? It's like, sex is not the first thing.
No, absolutely not.
On your mind.
I mean, it's amazing, don't get me wrong, but it ain't the first thing.
Man, listen,
it's
I haven't dated in
me.
years. I would hate to be out here in this market right now.
Girl,
I think it's a scary place.
It smells like syphilis out here. A whole STD.
It's like,
everybody. Every time I look at somebody, I'm like, just envision them having something so you don't even go down that lane with wanting to have sex. If every man looked at a woman and say, she probably got STD, the rate would go down, because it's like, why is that the first thing that you want to do?
Yeah.
This is soul ties. You talking about like energy swapping. You talking about like,
people don't look at it like that. They don't think of, I'm just dropping a load. No, you're dropping a load of your gene, your DNA, whatever trauma stuff you're dealing with. All that energy is combined, and that's why I think the generation now, in my eyes, I think it's hard to date, because so many people have all that in them. I mean, think of somebody that's messing with multiple. We're talking, I've personally seen people, messing with maybe up to 8, 9, 10 people at the same time. Think of all that energy.
And they messing with men and women.
Oh, hello.
But y'all don't want
to talk about that.
Y'all want to talk about that today? Okay, cool.
And hold on, for anybody that wants to come out and be like, y'all bashing the gay community. No, we're not.
I'm bashing the men who act like they're straight
and are hiding it.
Yeah.
We want you to be who you are and be fabulous in it, but start owning it and tell the truth.
Yeah, because you never know. You might meet a woman that's down with it. Like,
ooh.
But my thing is, you have to be honest, and you have to be very vocal about that thing, because you're playing with people's lives.
I saw that this week. A girl, she posted it, and she actually tagged me because she's like, I love your input because it's usually very detailed. And she wanted to know, like, if you caught your best friend cheating, but with the opposite, with the same sex, would you go tell the partner? So say like you had a female friend, you caught maybe her boyfriend with a man or her with a woman. Would you tell? And me personally, I'm gonna have to say no, and this is just from situations that I have personally been in. Usually those people, you don't know what kind of arrangements they have, and and some entanglements might be going on out here. It might
like
be
that
something
governor in Florida or whatever. The one
some of them
she knew.
Some of them know what's going on, so then you start adding your 2 cents to it, and then you get looked at as the bad guy. So I'm gonna have to say I would have to pass initially. Now if it's something I notice is keep going on, I might have to like hint. Come on, baby, drink some wine with me real quick. Let's have this discussion.
Right.
And let's get that out of the way. But the dating pool just seems very diverse.
Like when you swim in the pool.
Oh no, I know.
And people peeing.
People peeing in the pool. So, and that's what the dating. That's what
it's peeing in this pool.
But you gotta think, even with being married, a lot of people think, oh, you're married, and that's the end of everything. No, it's not, because a lot of my married friends are like, some of them are being cheated on, and
it's the beginning of how you are really about to start acting.
Right, and I just feel like some people get married so they can have that reliability or that cushion of knowing someone's at home, but I still get to play.
Shut up.
And
you gonna play with your life, messing with me.
Exactly. Same here. We don't slick talk. We don't play them games over here.
If that's your intentions, I'd rather you tell me that now. So we even.
But this is the thing. Why do people lie and feel like they have to lie? Because this isn't 50 years ago, guys, when society wasn't as accepting to certain lifestyles. But I feel like with everything that's going on right now, there are a lot of people that are open to like poly relationships. And I feel like if you just were honest, you could be with somebody that really does want to live that. Or do you think it goes deeper than that? Right. Is it more like a control thing? Because I've actually had a guy say that, hey, I do this because he likes the control. He likes the power behind it. The manipulation. Which, girl, people crazy.
I just feel like it's lazy. I feel like it's not putting effort. I feel like people who are into that lifestyle are very unsure of themselves, because as a woman in it, you have to be unsure of yourself if you would allow someone to make you feel like you're not enough, and to make you feel like you should be okay with it, and to make you feel like if it really was okay, you should have another man too. If you really want to get,
whoa.
If you really want to,
wait a minute, y'all hear what she's saying out there?
Really
y'all want to have this conversation?
I can't have another man too.
But hold on.
Maybe you ain't taking care of my needs.
I'm gonna answer this to you. This is the answer.
True.
Men hurt differently than we do. And it's been proven. And let's just say me and Brian have had situations in the past. Not here in Atlanta for those nosy mofos. But a few of y'all actually witnessed it. Me and him had an incident when our son, I grew up a little faster than he did. And we had an incident. And we were just like, look, I'm like, if you're going to play, I'm going to play too. And guess what? When we play, it's an emotional breakdown. So it's kind of like the guy, like you said, he goes out here and runs the street, but the first time she cheated, now he's ready to leave.
Right.
It's like, you done had all this new pussy out here, all these years. She get one new dick.
Right.
And you about to lose your mind. So I just feel that people just, like you said, they just need to be open and honest. You will be surprised at what people either agree to.
Right. There's a lot of them out here. A lot of these women are okay with doing anything as long as their life is getting taken care of.
Yeah. I mean, you still gonna have your ones that, you know, and I know y'all are listening. Some of y'all are gonna say, "Oh, nah, baby, I need just one penis to get to come home." Okay, he might still be lying to you, and you don't know the truth. You know, I mean, let's be transparent. I mean, I've been with my husband 12 years,
right,
20 total. But even with that, I always tell him, we always have the joke. I say, you know, when you get older, like, don't go out here and cheat with no 20-year-old. You know, right. But it's just a joke. But at the same, you just don't, you don't know where your mind state is gonna be at 10, 20 years from now. Shit happens. Yeah. So I would say
it sounds good.
It does sound good. Like, yeah, but it's like if something was to happen, it's like, you know, I guess, well, the question I always get asked is, would I leave? And I'm gonna have to say no. I'm not letting nobody else get my coins. You gonna sleep down the hall, but you.
And that's what was her name?
And it's not saying
that's what Jada Pinkett said.
I mean,
she said we would be living on separate.
There would be this fucking house.
She was like, there would be no divorces.
No, I don't.
You would live on separate wings of this house before a divorce is final.
Right. I will. Yeah, I think I would need some time. I mean, let's face it. We all openly watch Beyonce go through her shit. We got a dope ass album out of it. Stuff happens, and you know, I just come from a generation. I was raised by a lot of my grandparents where you fix things. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying stay here for those that are being abused or things like that. We do, you know, we'll make sure we drop some resources on the YouTube channel. You know, if you're in one of those situations, leave. Right. But I think we're males first. I mean, I wouldn't want an open relationship, but it's one of those things. I think I would respect my husband a whole lot more if he just came to me and said, "Hey, I want to do this." It's like, give me the option to decide to be in this lifestyle. Don't take it from me. I think that's what it is. A lot of women, I actually have seen them type it and heard them say it. It's sometimes it's not even the cheating. It's the fact you took my power away. You didn't even ask. You didn't show enough common courtesy to say, "Hey, I'm sharing this life with you, or I'm building together with you. We've made this choice to come together, and then here you go doing a side contract."
And then doing a side contract and getting things from it that lasts forever. Like people who step outside their marriage and create life.
Ooh, now that
to me, that is the most disrespectful thing you could ever do. And for me, there is no coming back from that. No. And I've seen women, Rashida, Lala Anthony, like people who are actually okay. Not saying they're okay with it, but by taking them back, you're stating that you're okay with it. Because I don't know the necessary healing you need after something like that. No. But ain't no way you are healed by something that's forever. Like you have to see that child forever. Like this is nothing that's a breaking point for me. Yeah, like this is something that you gotta constantly face. Because when you cheat and nothing happens as far as like pregnancies and stuff like that, or STDs and stuff like that. We can possibly go to counseling, figure it out, deal with it, and it's out of the back of my mind.
It's the pride.
It's out the back of my mind now because we're dealing with it head on. I'm not worrying about this other girl no more because of your changed behavior. You know, it's a behavior change that doesn't play. Yeah, like you stop going out, being in compromising situations that'll make you do stuff like that. Yep. But once you have a child with somebody else, I have to constantly look at your cheek every day. And how do you heal from something that you don't constantly have to see every day? I don't know what you think about
this. Every time that you know you have to cancel a trip because this kid needs this, or you know you see funds going out your household because they obviously are paying child support if they're still with you. Right. You know, let's face it, this child is then coming into your home and interacting with y'all children that you have together. So it's a family change. It's like it's not just an action, like you said, that had a starting and stopping point. This is a forever.
It's a forever thing. Like this is a thing. I know
I couldn't do it. I
ain't doing it. So if you're listening and you my man,
are you thinking about it?
Try it.
Jazz has spoken, so has Hunny. We
try it if you want to. And that's all
I will tell you this. I do apply to women that are doing it.
Tell me I'm not happy. Yeah. And let me deal with that hurt rather than you constantly lying in my face, coming back home to me, knowing that you're out doing with. I know a lot of people in Atlanta. Somebody gonna seek you out with somebody that I know, and it ain't gonna be cute if I found out from somebody who ain't you.
Right.
That'd be the issue.
It's you. I think that's the whole issue right there. It's just, I'm not gonna say society has raised a generation of liars.
You let this girl write me. She found out my number.
Or better yet,
Instagram.
hold up. What do you think is the most insult? Is when this, like you said, this person is a part of your life. That's you see where I'm going. Like
that's your child. Bye.
Yeah. It's just yeah, we can't do it.
Ain't doing it.
Not tolerating it. Because
let your wife or woman step outside her marriage or her relationship, get pregnant by another man. But you gonna stay and raise that kid like it's yours? No. Leave the comments in.
Please let us know. I mean, we would definitely like to know if you are a man out here and your wife has cheated and she has a baby.
If you stay, I want to know how's it going.
Let us know. How's it start
and how's it going? Cause
I mean, like, are you still sane right now? Like, do you need support?
Yeah.
And also, like, what are your challenges that you face?
They're in jail right now. I'll tell you right now. Any man who's been cheated on and that girl got pregnant, that man is locked up. So yes, you probably are not listening. You might. If you got contraband, you probably listening. We know. Y'all can't handle women doing that to y'all.
No. I mean, like you said, you said like they're more visual, but like their love language is just totally different from ours. And
somebody else had something that belonged to them.
Correct.
Now it's tainted. They don't want it no more.
I think the worst ones is when the woman, like, you see them get somebody else pregnant and then the woman can't have kids.
Ooh, girl.
I know it's what's the movie that everyone was going crazy over? What was it? Is it Acrimony? Acrimony, yeah.
He the reason why she can't have kids
no more because of the same chick. Oh my gosh. So, it's just, I ain't gonna lie, that movie did challenge my crazy a little bit because I agree with her on some of the scenes.
I did too. And at the end, I mean, I can't believe that people looked at that and thought she was the problem.
No.
That's where I have a problem with.
But you know what it is?
Because they made it look like she was the bad guy when she gave everything she had for this man's dream.
All the money that her parents had left
the
her.
House.
Relationships with her sisters. All she wanted him to
do was to get a real job. Let's just put this out here, y'all. All my entrepreneurs who know how hard it gets, we've all had to have a 9-to-5 at some point.
Y'all, I still have one. So
yes. Let's stop acting like this is like glitter and gold. No. You have to get out there and be working for someone else as well. The fact that he sat at home and tried to work on that battery just made me cringe. Let her wake up every day and go to work. I have a problem with it.
See, a lot, but
they don't understand how that builds up.
You gotta think
how that makes a woman
look
feel.
At the generational situations that have allowed that. Yeah. People always saying, "Oh, well, my grandmother stayed with my grandfather." Okay, but your grandmother also didn't have to worry about going to work and putting a roof over her head. When you got these women out here nowadays making more money than most men,
you think I'm about to come home and be cheated on? You are crazy. I will move another man in here so fast, it ain't even funny. Get your out of here. Ain't nobody dealing with that. Ain't nobody going to work every day, cooking, cleaning as well too, and getting cheated on. Yep. I'm okay if I'm a housewife, if you taking care of all the bills, because I'm giving you that type of power at this point.
Right.
I'm giving you...
You relinquished your rights.
I relinquished my rights because I'm giving you authority over me and my household.
Correct.
But what I'm not going to do is work just as many hours as you or more and be cheated on. That's ridiculous.
No. And y'all, we're not saying that if you're at home...
it's okay to be cheated on. I'm not saying that.
The generation we live in. What I am
saying is that is more likely for somebody to forgive you because they have to.
Right, because they, like you said,
they don't have nowhere
they put themselves in that situation and say, hey.
They don't have, the funds to move and get a place on their own. That's why I tell people, I love the idea of a housewife because I want to be one at some point. But I also will be one, but have my own business.
Bingo.
There is no way I'm going to allow a man to say that I can't make money or have money just because I'm at home. No, a real man who wants you to stay home with their kids gonna make sure you have a business that's bringing in money.
He gonna be looking at you like, yo, you need to
He
figure out
gonna
a
make
way.
sure that you have a business
Exactly.
that's bringing in money where you don't even have to put in man hours if he really wants you to be a housewife.
Yep.
No real man who don't want control over you will say, I'm the breadwinner, I'm the one making the money, you stay home, I pay all the bills, you get money when I can give it to you.
Again, it goes to that control. No. It's like what his this mindset that some men, I mean, let's just be just very, very transparent. I be seeing some of the dudes these girls be saying cheating on them, and I'm looking at them in their face like, how?
Right. Housewife.
Please explain this to me, because I'm looking at this
who?
dude and I'm like, that's who you letting keep you up at 2:00 in the morning, you crying and trying to no, I don't, no.
Bye, Felicia.
Thank you. And Mama, I'm not talking to you. That's the disclaimer. My mama ain't Felicia. So you know, it's. I mean, I just think it's some women. Y'all need to get y'all pride together and your motivation, your self-esteem and worthiness, because we don't realize how much power we have over men. And I'm telling y'all this, I am the only female in a house full of men. My husband, our 2 sons, me and Penny alone. And we have a lot of power. We do. I mean, we control how, like with my sons, I control what type of woman they're going to look for. Yeah. But my oldest son is starting to get to that dating stage, you know, where I don't look at his search engines no more, because you know, it's just right. He's at that age, but you know, he says things to me like, "Mom, you know, I'm gonna look for a woman that is strong like you," and I always tell him, "Don't look for one that's just strong, because she's been through some stuff." Right. I said, "Look for one that is sure who she is," and he's like, "Well, they don't exist," and he's 16. So it made me wonder, you know, for y'all men that are out here dating, say in your 20s and 30s and 40s, because some people don't grow up until they get to 40. I found that out.
Or they regrown because they just recently got divorced and then they're finding themselves again.
They not paying child support no more if they had their kids in high school. Child turned 18. You know, they done got that first whole check, burning a hole in their pocket right now. Like, this is what I was supposed to be making all these years. You know, so it just made me think, if he felt that way at 16, how do these men in their 20s and 30s feel? Like, do y'all feel that the quality of woman that you're looking for is there, or because you don't measure up, you don't make them measure up either? Right. It's you know, because like I said, he's getting into the dating realm. Me and Brian ain't dated in a long time, so I don't really know what it's like. But he's explaining that to me, and it just it does baffle you. It does. Like you said, it's an STD pool out here.
It is.
Damn.
PSTD poo. A PP poo. No, for real. It's ridiculous. For real.
Oh, man. Gosh. Well, I mean, what advice would you give to the men that are out here?
For the men, I would say, grow up. Be a man. But also let a woman be women. Like, stop letting women feel like they're the man in a relationship, or they have to be this super person where they gotta work, they gotta do this, they gotta do that, and then they're not coming home and being praised.
I'm gonna say one word: submission. Yeah. And this one is really personal to me, because, like I said, I've been with him for so long.
They need to find something to be submitted to.
That's the thing. You know, like with us in our relationship, we went through all the changes. You know, we had to transform from a kiddie couple to like, dang, this is a grown man, or I'm a grown woman. And how you love each other changes. And it's going to keep changing, because, you know, at each level of life, you're going to need different things. Notice I didn't say want. You're going to need these things to like say, hey, this solidifies why we're together. And I just feel like a lot of men want you to submit, but they haven't given you anything that's worth being, like you said, submitted to. You know, if we're both going to work every day, you know, doing working the same hours, either making the same money or if not more, what gives you the right to say submit to me? Right. Are you doing anything extra? Why do you submit? You know, why do they expect submission and they don't give? I mean, that's just
it's. they think it comes with the territory.
It doesn't.
It's not.
I will tell you, he's earned his submission.
Yeah, it's not a batteries included type of situation. Mm-hmm. You got to go out and find these batteries because as women, we do naturally submit, mm-hmm. but it has to. We can be the blind leading the blind.
Girl,
how are we gonna be like this meme right here says? Some men will be satisfied being your other half. Me, I'm trying to be your other whole. The right man will not just complete you, he'll double you.
Woo, I like that.
That's just the bottom line. Like, mm-hmm. we aren't doing 50-50.
I hate that.
It's 200s trying to make 100. Mm-hmm. It's like, you come as your whole self, I come as my whole self, and we are one. Like, but if you come with half and I come with half and we make whole, it don't work like that. It don't work out like that.
Right.
You have to bring your whole self to the situation, mm-hmm. so that woman can bring her whole self. Because if you don't,
right,
we just halfing out here.
So basically, it's a whole bunch of incomplete people out here matched up with
trying
other
to be complete.
And it ain't. Ooh.
How, Slay?
It's 2020. That's just the game everybody playing right now.
Girl, I ain't playing no games with these people.
She said, "Look, you gotta come in your whole self."
I come very vocal in situations because I wasn't at 1st, mm-hmm. and because I wasn't, I was wasting a lot of years, a lot of time with mm-hmm. people who didn't matter. Yep. So I am no stranger to dating. I'm no stranger to relationships, but I am not a stranger to leaving when I feel like mm-hmm. I'm wasting my time. Mm-hmm. Because it's very, very, very intricate. Time is very, very important. It's
time
very,
is your greatest resource.
It's very costly.
Yeah,
and the day I stay with somebody just to say I'm with someone, or we on year 1, we on year 2, we on year 3, but you still the unhappy self that you were in the beginning.
No.
It does nothing but waste your time just to come to the same result. It's gonna end.
But it's a growth process.
Exactly.
I mean, like I said, I can tell you, I speak from my own experiences here. Mm-hmm. It's just, you don't get the 20 years or the 12 years of marriage. You don't get there without growth.
Right.
I get so tired of people, I'm planning for the wedding. I'm like, did y'all do any counseling? No, it's like, did y'all talk about religion? Did you talk about how many kids you want? Where you want to live?
Right.
I got a friend that, they didn't really talk about relocating. And this, they proposed and then bam, they had to move. And it's like, I really didn't want to move. But it's like, y'all didn't discuss it. So right. I think a lot of times, people miss the mark by just not asking those key questions, mm-hmm. or just, having those uncomfortable conversations. We have to get past that taboo and just say, hey, I don't want to talk about this. It's kind of like when people talk about life insurance. No one wants to think about dying, but it's a conversation that needs to be had. So you got to start thinking about your relationship the same way. This is either going to last or it's not. So would you rather find out now? Would you rather find out 15 years? Yeah. And you realize, dang, I wasted my time. So it's like, start thinking about time as your greatest resource, mm-hmm. Knowing who you are, and just ask the hard questions first. I mean, I'm one of those. Even when I like meeting friends, it's just like, I'm going to ask you all these weird ass questions. I just need to know, are we going to click? Can I get drunk around you? Can I be myself? Oh, okay, I can't do that around you. So in your relationship, start doing that now. If you don't get nothing else from listening to this particular episode, please ask those questions. I mean,
and ask yourself, mm-hmm. Am I happy? Am I at my fullest potential when I'm with this person?
But even, are you full before you meet this person?
Right.
Because that person is not going to complete those empty areas. Sometimes they may make it worse because they're going to pull from what you have now, and you ain't got nothing to give if you're not already full. So think about that and keep that in mind.
Because baby, it's rough out here. People are killing their significant others. Yeah, it was just that incident in Texas where that man killed his wife in front of their 3 kids. Yeah. He shot her 10 times.
Oh, wait a minute. That must be a different one. I'm thinking about the one with he killed his wife, and I think they had 2 girls, and the girl was like, don't kill me, daddy, or something like that. But she had a best friend that like helped them catch. So see, just that quick, 2 different incidences where you see people are in like weird ass relationships. Mm-hmm. So just you got to be happy within yourself, guys. I mean, I seek counseling. You know, a lot of times people will tell you don't seek counseling because of, oh, they're gonna think you crazy. But it's okay if you feel like you don't have that person in your life that is gonna talk to you. Definitely go out here and seek out some resources. And like I said, we'll again share some links in the description. You know, so that you know there is help out there. Because if you're looking for a relationship to fulfill you, it's not.
So yes, y'all.
So like I said, we'll drop some resources and stuff. You know, if you feel like you need a counselor or something, cause to be whole, cause dating in this world, if you ain't whole,
it's a tough cookie.
So yeah.
And we just want everybody to be their best selves. And if that means being single, great. If it means being in a relationship, great. If it means married, great.
If it means you out here being poly, do what you do.
Great, do you?
You gay,
but make sure everybody on the same page. Communication.
Right. Communication. Y'all, yeah, if you communicate.
Okay. You can't be poly and your girlfriend monogamous. Like, huh?
How that work?
How? We all poly. If you poly, me too. Matter of fact, call me poly.
Look, I'm just one of those type of people. I'm a visual person when it comes to the whole cheating thing. I don't want some penis that been up somebody else.
I would smack her dead in the middle.
Look, him and her.
Even if I agreed to it.
Right. So it's just like, what?
It's a thing where I'm very territorial, and I'm very I don't want to share. No. I'm the baby of the family. I'm a baby of my siblings. I don't want to share.
I don't want to. No, I work too hard for what I have.
Mm-hmm. So, that's what y'all sharing, then.
No, we're not sharing. No.
Period.
The only thing we share is this content with y'all
and
resources.
Mm-hmm.
Milan says she's sharing some doggy paws and kisses and licks.
So y'all follow her on Instagram, Milanpoo.
Look, she ain't gonna bark. Yeah, she just over here licking fingers.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all be safe out there in these internet streets.
Yes.
Because we know, and this will be for another episode, catfishes and stuff out here and things. So, you know, just be safe out here. Be honest.
Right.
And be you.
Yep.
So, again, y'all, this the girls of Slick Talk, female bosses of Atlanta.
And
signing out.
And bye.